All right, so let's answer this beautiful and somewhat tricky chess endgame. Why to move? Is it a win or a draw? If black to move, is it a draw? Can black find a way to draw this one or a lose? So this is somewhat tricky as I mentioned because white has two pawns, as you can see, and black has one. Meaning white could have a chance or could find a way to win this one. But it's actually a draw game. Regardless, whether it's white to move or black to move, it's a draw game. So let's go and answer first the white to move. We have three ideas here. Number one, pushing this pawn on A, pushing the pawn on C, and this king will try to move around, trying to corner the king, and you know what I mean. So we will do it one by one. Let's go first by moving our pawn on A4, going to A5. The idea, of course, is to eliminate the B6 pawn, and then after that, you will use your C pawn to get a queen. But if that's possible, let's go and check. A4 to A5. Obviously, black will capture, that is force, or else white will capture the pawn. So that is force move. And then you will not capture this one. At least try to do something by push. Okay, let's go by moving C5 yet. To have some spice on the board. But black will just push the pawn trying to get a queen. After king takes A4, then you can go immediately here, king C6, king B4, and this is a theoretically draw. If the king is at the back of the pawn, this is draw as long black knows how to draw this one. For example, let's go by moving here. Technique. Always remember this one. If the king, let's go back. If the king is at the back of the pawn, don't leave these two squares. Just play along these two squares. If the king goes anywhere here or just right beside the pawn, that is the only time you're gonna go opposing the opposing pawn, the white king on this case. So let's keep pushing. So the king is at the back. Let's move here, push, then this is stalemate. Okay, let's go back to our original position. So let's go try pushing the c4. Obviously, this is a draw game. Easy draw because this is a rook pawn. So easy draw. You all you have to do is to go king e6, go here. Just don't leave the 8th rank. Go here. So this is an automatic draw. Rook pawn. So bookline draw. Let's go back to our original position. So let's try to move our king. Yeah. Going around, trying to at least find a way to. If you will go here, that would be some problem because of the king b4, and of course after the king d4, king a5. You will not capture this one. King a5. You can actually, but let's try to king a5 first, and then if go here, and then king takes a4. King going here, king b4 trying to attack this one. So it's a draw game. So there's no way for white to really force the win here because if you're gonna of course try to protect that one, king c3, and this king can no longer of course protect the c4 pawn. Instead going here, capture and capture. So let's try after king move here, king c6. Let's not go on king c3. Instead, let's go by moving king to b3 and then king c5. This king can no longer go here, obviously. King c3 and then king d6, waiting for a moment to go here once again because king c6. If you gonna push this one, first capture, capture, and then how can you protect the c4 pawn? So there's no way to do that. Let's try to at least oppose the king, and then once again king c6. This king cannot go here to oppose the king, obviously. And then we're gonna try to go. Let's king to d3, then king c5, go here, and then once again king c6, and then perpetual moving. So this will be a draw game. Okay, so I just rotated the board. This is black to move. What is the best move of black? Of course, if you're gonna go king a7, that's a total lose for black because of this a5 move. What is the difference earlier? After b takes a5 and then king takes a5. See, this king is opposing the black king, and this pawn is not in the level of the king, not in the fifth rank. So king b7 oppose, king c7 oppose, and the king will move anywhere d7 or b7. Let's try go d7 and then king to b6, and this pawn is now anytime to get a queen. So king a7 is a bad move. Instead, you have to go here king c7 because after of a5 there's a big difference, capture, capture, and then king c6. Once again, if the king and the pawn is just in the one rank, this is on the fourth rank, this is a draw game because there is no way for white to force a clear win here. Just if you're playing black here, should know the proper way to really draw this game. And this is a draw game. So white to move or black to move, draw.